What's going on, y'all? So for today, I'm going to be talking about how I did on Monday. This is the day after Monday, so Tuesday technically. I'll just tell you guys how I did and what was going on, some issues I need to correct as well too. So I just get the warm up going. As you can see, jump roping, a little variation of that. Trying to open up those hips a little bit, get down in the squat. I did try to correct that issue that I was having last time with my left side kind of falling over on its side on the left, and I figured out precisely why. It's because I'm not engaging my right lat enough. Not only that too, but my core. Here, I actually did a little bit of foam rolling on the inside of that left adductor because I was having problems with it. I went swimming and just it was just a little sore, and so was my glute as well too. So, but aside from that, I'll tell you guys what happened with my squats in today's session, because this is a little different, because this is heavier weight. This is weight that I haven't done a 5x5 for ever. So this program is actually working, but at the cost of me making a slight error, and it's just costing me today. So I started getting into the reps. I think that was 205 right there, so I changed it over to 225. So I'll show you guys exactly what I did. So once I got into the reps, I noticed that I still have that issue where the left side collapses just a little bit. And it was because, I believe it's two things. So one is because my right lat is not engaging fully, and it's not pulling it down how it's supposed to. Okay. Now the other thing is, I believe that my right, I believe it's the right part of my core, the muscles on the right are not strong enough to hold the pressure, so it collapses on that one side. You can see just a slight bit collapse on that left. My left again, just a tiny bit. You see that? That tiny little bit makes a difference. Now, the most annoying part about this is that I actually woke up today sore with my sacrum very sore. Now, I do think that's because, as well, I was hyperextending my back. So, I don't think it had to do with flexion. I think it had to do with hyperextending my back on the bottom, because I didn't feel my glutes, to be honest, firing up that much. And I was checking my form this morning, and I did notice that I do hyperextend my back just a little bit on the drop. And I do that just because I do the Olympic weightlifts. So I need to change that aspect of doing the squats on that, or doing that on the squats. And then the other thing was that I was getting a little bit of sacroiliac joint issues, but as soon as I pushed hard enough on my lower core and I separated my feet, like I was digging my feet into the ground, it went away entirely. So I do think that core stability has a lot to do with that. And probably just a little bit of, like I said, hyperextension, or just something there with the mechanics that's not working properly. So I'm gonna have to work on that a little bit, and then I'm gonna see how Wednesday goes. If I'm not feeling too good on Wednesday with my back, I'm probably gonna do a little bit more mobility, a little bit more stabilization. And by that, I mean just bar squats, maybe load it up just very lightly on Wednesday, and take like a break from it, so that way my back can recover a little better. And then on Tuesday, I'll continue on for the 250 instead of 250 tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and then 255 on Saturday. But all in all, my legs don't feel fatigued doing the sets anymore. They did feel fatigued last week, but this time I think it was like at a 7.5 or an 8 RPE. So I was exerting force, but I wasn't too exhausted, and I wasn't feeling too bad. And again, that's because I was changing the form on how I pressure my core. The harder I pressured it, the less I can feel it, and it wasn't giving me any issues. So I feel that I just need to work a little bit more on my core, and of course the form as well too, not hyperextending my lower back a little bit, causing that sacral, that issue in my lower back, my sacral. Then from there, just got these sets done. I did do some exercises to help with that issue in my lower back today. I'll probably make a video about it on how to help out with that, because these exercises did help me quite a bit, because I woke up sore, like I said, and it wasn't good. But here you can see I was struggling at that last rep, and you see how I just fold a little bit on that left side, on my left side right there. And it's because, again, I wasn't tightening up that lat And because my core on the left side is a little bit weaker, I need to work on that. And some suitcase carries are really good for that as well. I'm trying to work out that core suitcase carries, and then lateral planks are excellent for that as well too. And then there's, I believe that's my last set. So then from there, I just went on to bench pressing. Bench pressing felt pretty good. I did some rotor cuff holds for 30 seconds, so isometric holds, just holding the 10 pound out as long as I could for 30 seconds straight. And then from there, my shoulders felt a little warmed up, a little more stable. And I just did some body weight. Just did the bar for bench press for a couple reps. And then from there, just got up to putting it up to 135. And then this set happens to be 205 5x5, which at the last set, well, I'll tell you when we get there, but it actually felt pretty good. I've been having some issues as well too with my shoulder, but ever since I've been doing the warm-ups with the rotor cuff, I haven't had any shoulder problems, so that's a good sign. Doing some of those isometric holds really help, especially when you extend out after doing the hold. Those really help you out. I do have a little bit of a tightness problem. Engaging my lats is something that's very difficult here. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just not cueing it properly, or something slightly ineffective on how I hold the bar. And here's another set of 5. Although it doesn't feel heavy, it does feel slightly unstable, and again, that's because my left side was having an issue. It's just weird. The whole left side has just been having an issue. I don't know what, but I'm trying to correct it. I'm trying to get the form down and make sure that I'm good. And then from here, we go on to the third. And again, I was probably feeling like at 7 right now for RPE. It was probably like at a 7. When I get to the 4th and 5th one, that's when it starts becoming really challenging, and I was actually struggling a little bit how to keep keeping the bar stabilized. But overall, I actually managed to just do a good job to finish up the whole set. Didn't wake up sore today, which is good. Nothing is really sore except for my lower back. Maybe it has to do with the fact as well too that I'm a little bit sick. I did wake up a bit sick today. And yesterday I wasn't actually feeling too good. In the morning when I did the exercise, I felt all right, but I felt like something was off, like I was starting to get sick. And sure enough, I woke up this morning and I was pretty sick. So I think it has to do with that as well too. Being sick does drain your energy a lot, so. All right, as you can see here, do the last set. And this was actually pretty difficult. I would say I was probably like at a 9 on RPE. And the safety bars are actually pretty good because they're right at my chest level. As soon as it touches my chest, the safety bars are right there as well too. So if you hear the clanking, it just means that I touch it and I go back up. I don't like to bounce it because again, it takes away from the exertion that I create, and it doesn't, doesn't stimulate me as it should be. So I don't like bouncing it. I just barely touch it and then go back up. And then we go, just racking it. Yeah, I was very exhausted on that one. Again, I'm not sore from anywhere, which is nice. So it means that I can continue going. And I haven't hit any hitches other than that part with my lower back, just not knowing how to handle that. And I'm gonna take a look at this today to see if I can manage that. Maybe I'll give you guys a little update on it. Other than that, you can see the bent over rows. My left elbow sticks out just a little bit more than my right, just a slightly bit more. And all I have to do is just tuck that one in. And it's nice to view myself from that angle because now I can see what I need to correct. It's unfortunate that in the squats, I can't see how much I extend my back if I do so, but I know that I don't engage my glutes as much as I should. But anyways, back to this exercise. These are pretty quickly done. I don't struggle with these at all. This is probably like at a 6 or a 7. I wouldn't even say a 6. Like a nice 6. 5x5, I think it was 150 for the rows. Yeah, you can see here, look at that. Left elbow just flares out just a little bit more at the top end. And I need to correct that form just a tiny bit more as well. If you want to do these correctly, you have to feel, what I do is I put the pressure more on my stomach, so I inflate that stomach, whoop, and then hold it in, and then just do the reps. I do breathe in and out, and I feel it engaging in my lats, core, and glutes. Here I just did a side view so you can see how it's working, or how the mechanics of it work. Bent over just a slight bit. Notice how my back is not rounding. It's nice and straight in the back, and then I just pull the bar towards me. And that's pretty much it. Alright, that's it for today, y'all. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.